بسم الله الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين ما بعد. With regards to Taraweeh, what we noticed is that the Imams, they tend to have the Med al-Munfasil, which might be translated as the disconnected elongation, like inna a'tainaka al-kawthar and so on, like you would do that elongation inna and so on. Yani we're not in the business now of reciting. Actually, we're trying to make the point, but so they do this 2-count med. When we notice outside of Ramadan, they're doing this longer med. So what's going on here? How do we understand this? Right. So so that might say inna a'tainaka al-kawthar instead of inna a'tainaka al-kawthar. So okay, what's going on? Why did the elongation become shorter? And for our purposes here, if we said that most of the world recited Hafs An Asim. Asim is one of the 10 mutawatir imams of recitation, and he has his two students like the other 9. He has Shu'ba and Hafs, and Hafs is the well-known recitation. Anyway, Hafs from Tariqat al-Shatibiyah, Shatibiyah, the 1,000-line poetry in Qira't, has Asim really, Shu'ba and Hafs, both having the 4 or 5 count med, the elongation for the muttasil and the munfasil, with the 4 being preferred. So how do we get to this 2 count then med if the Shatibiyah, and that's what everybody's going to recite, because most don't go past the Shatibiyah. You study the Shatibiyah, the 7 reciters, the Dorra with the other 3, then you would do the Tayibat of Ibn al-Jazari. So what it is, you get one path from each Imam. One path. So you're getting one path to Hafs, one path to Shu'ba, and so on. But there are other paths. Right? From the Shatibiyah and Dorra, you're getting 21 paths with Khalaf. He has in his recitation, he has 2 paths. I believe it's Idris. He has 2 instead of 1 path. But everyone else from the Shatibiyah has 1 path, and everybody else from the Dorra has 1 path. When you get to the Tayyibah, you have a total of 1,000 paths. So Hafs, if I recall correctly, has over 50 paths. In some of those paths you get this 2 count med munfasil. Okay, so we established. So this is this is authentically transmitted. It's mutawatir. This is from Allah Subhanahu wa Taala. We're not gonna. This isn't something like different. Like this isn't. This is Quran. This is definitely Quran. So, but how do we understand this? So, when you study regularly, you're going to get the long elongation. But in later studies, you're supposed to really study with the teacher. You study with the teacher, right? And ideally, you're supposed to get the the ijaza, the chain for you being proficient. So technically, you're not really supposed to recite the 2 count med if you study the 4 count med, technically. And that's the way the scholars of Qira't and Tajweed, that's the way they're going to want to do things. Even though many have allowed this, they don't seem to be the biggest thing, because it's the difference between 2 count med and a 4 count med. Everything else is the same. So Allah knows best about that, but that's really what's going on, right? And they want to finish the Quran faster, of course, in Taraweeh, so you can't really afford. So, but imagine like if you did Warsh, for example, in Taraweeh, From the Tariqat al-Shatibiyah, you have the 6 count med 4. And also, when I say like 6 count and 4 count, and it's not really exact. They say like harakatain, or or arba or sitta, but they'll say like tawassut or ishba', and they'll use kind of these terms, probably more precise. This is just, and I think, kind of bring it closer to many that maybe haven't studied the terminology, right? So so there's like the 2 count, the 4 count, the 6 count. But about Warsh, if you were going to recite Warsh, he has the longest mudud in the munfasil and the muttasil. So imagine if you would have did that in Taraweeh. So then you would take Warsh to the other turuq, and it still would be, the shortest you might get is 4 count. Anyway, that's for benefit for the ones that wondered about, what happened to the elongation in Taraweeh. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows best. Wa sallallahu ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in.